Hello, everybody, and I need to quickly do something. Right, there we go. Hello, guys, and welcome to the first episode of our Dungeons and Dragons game. I have 7 players with me. They will be introducing their characters when we get into it. I have a load of notes in front of me. I am actually organised for once. I need to turn off YouTube. It's the only thing I've missed. So, we are doing the Master's Vault, and it's a fun little thing. I'm going to now hop back into everything else so everyone can hear me, and we'll get on with episode 1, or for that, session 1 of the Master's Vault, which will then be going into a homebrew series.
What are they for?
They are just record, I'll put a screenshot in there.
Right. Oh, sorry, I interrupted you then. So, are you all ready to get started with the Master's Vault?
Yeah.
I have been ready for quite some time.
We've all been ready for like the past sort of half an hour. I know, it's just making sure everything was starting on time at least. So,
I've never been more ready.
neither have I, as much as I'm nervous about time DMing, as you all probably know. I think I've told you all, but I am slightly nervous about this.
Don't get too caught up in trying to DM.
So, it was about 6 months ago that Ilaria Faywing, known throughout the kingdom of Skylark as the Master, took all of you in as pupils. The old elven woman's skills in magic, combat, and survival are legendary. She trained Marigold the Brave, who slew the infamous Great Blue Dragon, can never say that name properly, Daraxtes. I mess that up every time I've tried to read it. And Blueton Buttertree, who closed the demon portal of Nargoth. You were saying?
Oh, sorry. I was about to make a joke. I was going to say I can't believe she killed DirectX.
Okay. And so many other infamous heroes besides these two. Of all the would-be treasure seekers, mercenaries, and do-gooders that came across her doorstep begging for her wisdom, it was you 7 who were selected by Ilaria herself. Why did you all come to the Master's Mansion before beginning your life as of an adventurer? So we're going to go from left to right on the things. So we'll start with Darian.
Well, he thought that it would be quite. He hasn't explored the world very much since what happened before, and he really once he heard of this, he thought of it as a very good experience for him.
Okay. Now, anything else? Sorry.
It was to meet new people and see the wonders of the world.
Okay. Now, a bit about your character for how he looks, just because don't forget, we don't actually know properly. So, just a bit of how your character looks, please.
Well, Darium is a green dragonborn, which is the first thing to notice, and the second thing to notice is that he has a single arm. His entire right arm is just gone. Not even the shoulders there. There's barely even a scar where it would be. And he only wears pants, and that's about it. He doesn't wear shirts, and he's quite short for a dragonborn, actually.
Okay, good to know. Right, next we have Kira, or Kira, however you want to say his name.
No, you got it. It's Kira.
Yeah, I was about to say I should get it. I fucking love the series that name's from.
I didn't even think of Death Note when I named him, but good point.
As soon as you named him, I mentioned the guy from Death Note, and you must have flew over your head.
Yeah, it must have. I didn't even occur to me. I honestly just thought, hey, what's a cool name that would work? That would sound kind of cat-like. And I was like, oh,
Kira. It means it's killer in Japanese. It genuinely is. I checked it after I found out.
Cool.
So,
all right, that works. Okay, so Kira.
Tell us about Kira.
Kira was a member of a monastic order known as the Order of the Divine Sun. An order that believes strongly that every god that exists is at one point mortal, which I believe is actually true, but in this case, in D&D. But anyway, so basically, they trained him to work with the natural ties to divinity that exist within all people. Kira saw this and thought, okay, yeah, but you guys are just being all tranquil about it. I want to go out there and like do something with this power that I have. So he kind of like left early before his training was fully complete. He went out to just go out and find a place in the world where he can actually like make use of his talents, and not just kind of while the days away waxing and waning about philosophy and whatnot. And that brings him here.
And a bit of what he looks like, please.
Kira is a tabaxi, has kind of sporting a black and white kind of coat as far as the fur goes. And the clothing is a combination of his old monastic orders mixed with the idea of like a stereotype his tabaxi claws. So kind of like fingerless gloves.
Okay, and I've just remembered images as you're describing these guys. So this was Darium, the Dragonborn with one arm. Just showing you Kira. So next we have Salem.
So Salem was orphaned at a young age, much younger than she could remember, and she lived on the streets for a very long time with several friends. One by one, all of her friends began to disappear, whether they got sick and died, or maybe they joined a band of adventurers and set off on their own, much like she did. After about when she was 12 years old, she was picked up by a band of mercenaries, and she lived with them for a very long time until they finally got separated after a botched mission. And she decided it was finally time for her to go. And she decided it was time for her to figure out whatever happened to her family, because she has no idea. Salem has short blue hair and facial piercings, and she has very pale gray skin, almost white, and yellow eyes. And she wears the lightest clothes that she could possibly find. And she has winged boots. She's very short. She's a gnome. And she will use her winged boots to get up in your face when she's pissed off at you. She's very loving towards her friends, and she's not afraid to get into a fight. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Right, next we have Urkel.
The son of a. Do you want me to go into his outfit first, or so how he looks, or how his backstory first? Hello? Backstory.
No, I'm on about you. It is you, Urkel.
Okay. So Urkel was born as a bandit's son and also learned the trade of his father. So he learned how to pick targets, relieve them of their wares, and how to fence the items. One day, one of those heists went wrong, and he was left to die by his comrades. In the woods, he was then picked up by a wandering priest who took him with him to his monastery, where he recuperated and decided to turn over a new leaf. He found a new passion in the study of the religious and the arcane, and now wishes to figure out how divine magic works in order to finally give Kenkus the ability to fly again. He is a dark blue Kenku with almost metallic black feathers, and when adventuring, he usually wears a leather set of armor with a bright and big emblem of Saloon on his chest, and it's quite utilitarian armor, the kind you would usually see on a temple guard, not typical cleric gear. He also proudly wears the symbol of Saloon on his shield, which is a gift from his mentor.
Okay, thank you. Right, next we have Gray. Please introduce your character once it's loaded. There you go.
Yeah, Grey Hilda is a half elf. When you see him, you can see that he has been on the streets for a very long time. There is scarring on his face, which shows he has been in close fights. He has blue eyes and standing at around 6 foot tall. He is a tall guy, and he wears a long leather coat on his back with his long bow and a rapier at his side. Gray's story goes like this. Basically, he was stranded in Luskan, and within that area he was abandoned to die. But in time he was able to befriend people, learn new trades, and climb up the ladder in the underground, the Luskan trade. And he became a quite a mature thief around there. And in time he got bored with that trade and he wanted to adventure more, to see the world. He is now here to talk to Ilaria about that.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Rox.
Yes, so wearing a finely crafted leather armor and a mask over his nose and mouth. His hair's grown out long and loosely tied together in a knot on his head, and filled with small colorful tubes from which it falls down in small braids to his shoulders. His orange ears form a firm contrast to his black hair, and a black book with golden pages dangles from his left and a crossbow from his right side. And while still young, Rox decided that he wanted to be known and respected, so when he heard of the unique opportunity this was, he immediately left and set out to the Master's mansion.
Short and simple, I like it. Okay, and Zerakas, introduce your character and whatever bit of backstory you want to say. The reasoning behind you also come to the Master's mansion would be useful.
At one point in time, there was something very precious taken away from me, and now I will do everything to bring it back. A pale ominous character standing at 2 meters tall, with icy white hair neatly tied in a long braid, with a sharp horns hidden underneath a whale-tailed top hat. Very blood red shirt under a black waistcoat and a black lace tie. Several sharp armor-like rings are visible on his fingers with weird carvings. Underneath the entire outfit there is a silver chain with an upside-down cross with a skeleton climbing. On the top of that there is a black tailored trench coat. A silver hourglass on a chain is sticking out of the front pocket of the waistcoat. Piercing blood-red eyes with plain and fierce look on his face and is shrouded by the shadow of the top hat. A great scythe in one hand and a book in a second.
Okay, and there we have our characters. So, over the last sort of half year, you've learned that Ilaria Faywing is intense but fair and encouraging. Her elven blood keeps her thin, agile and youthful, which allows her to enforce your rigorous training regimes. Even though you're all studying different things, you all eat your meals together. One morning, you are all sitting at a long dining table, enjoying a nice breakfast put together by some of the people that work around the mansion. Ilaria puts down a porridge spoon and stands up, looking you all in the eyes one by one, her golden hair framing her green orbs as she cracks a smile and begins to speak. It is time for your first test in real combat. We have a rat infestation. I managed to get them contained in the larder, but they'll soon eat through all our supplies, and then the door itself if you don't go down there to exterminate them.
Her
green eyes twinkle. A rat infestation, yes. Her green eyes twinkle with delight as she adds, I also seem to have misplaced the key to the larder after locking them in. So you'll have to get through the door and past the barricade that I set up before you can get to the rats. She sits...
Sorry, go on.
Oh no, if you've got anything to add in between, go ahead. That's why I give these pauses.
No, I was just going to ask her, Do you really think that we are supposed to kill rats for our first test?
Yes, I do. And, well, it's your first test. I want to see what you have learned this past few months and see if you are worthy to become the next people to be fully trained by me.
Well-
Alright, well, that seems like a perfectly fair kind of start to things, I think.
Okay. She sits back down in a chair and puts a spoonful of porridge to her lips. Before she eats it, she looks at all of you and says, "Well, what are you waiting for? You know by now, that's your cue to head down to the basement. Is there anything you would like to do before you head there?"
Eat this soup?
Nothing.
Okay.
No, not particularly. I think Kira's just kind of eager to get get started on things.
Okay, so I shall now move you all over to the larder. So, you should all be... Okay, let me grab my next sheet. The basement steps of Alaria's mansion lead to a stone passage, ending with a... The door is... You know that the door is locked. You know that beyond this door there is a large larder filled with all manner of cheese, grains, meat, and produce. The rats inside can live like royalty for months upon months on all the food within. What would you like to do? Organise yourselves as you see fit. This was just me putting your character sheets, your character tokens in.
I would like
Salem
to try
gets really excited as we're walking up to the door, and she says, "Let me smash it."
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
are you going to run forward and...
Wait, hold on there, Salem. Let's not go around destroying the Master's things that quickly. Perhaps more
It'll be
deft
fun.
hand.
But I want to
Wait,
fight!
Let
Just
us
let me
fight.
smash it, it'll be faster than picking the lock!
That's true. Let us fight.
I would
I
like
want
to.
You would like to what?
I would like to listen if I can hear anything behind the door.
Whilst listening through the door, you hear the chatter and scurry of giant rats within. You can tell these are giant rats because the running around doesn't sound like rat feet. It sounds more like largish dogs than rodents. And that is all you hear.
Like, go first.
Guys, probably aren't normal rats. I would advise that we go about this carefully.
Yes,
Remember,
I
you
think-
also know that just after the door there is a barricade that Ilaria has set up. She did tell you about it.
Yes, I think it would be best if we went in with some degree of caution.
This is not
Okay,
my
so
economic
who's doing
expertise.
what?
I'll stand up.
I
But
would like
smashing the door is gonna be faster!
Yes,
it's
but
locked.
Yeah, let her do it. I want to see her smash
So-
door.
Are you going to attempt to smash the door?
I'm going to attempt to smash the door.
Okay,
Oh,
are you
God
attempting to
damn it.
break it or force it open?
Break it.
Break it, okay. Roll an attack against the door, please.
Okay, so... Oops. Okay.
If you look into your character sheet, you should actually have the genuine thing. However, we're still taking that roll. I'm just going to see what your bonus would be on top of, like, what with your great axe. Okay, it's 10. You use the door with all your might, and you barely chip it.
I would
Right.
like and try to Eldritch Blast to open the door.
Okay, roll an attack on the door. Roll for damage. Okay. You throw an Eldritch Blast at this door. You dent it, and you can tell that you've left a bit of a mark in it, but it still stands.
Right, so if we're done attempting to intimidate the door into opening, might someone with a bit more tactful of a, or perhaps more graceful of a tactic, try his hand?
Yeah.
I
I'm
can
going to
try
just
lockpicking.
the door.
Do you have thieves' tools?
Pick it.
I think so.
Kira does.
Kira, well, if are you going to attempt to lockpick the door then?
Yes. Which stat do
Okay,
Dex plus prof?
It's
Dexterity, I
it will be a dexterity check plus proficiency.
Cool. Thieves' tools.
Do me a favor before you do. Make me a perception check whilst you're looking into the door. So we'll keep that in mind, but make me a perception check as well, please. Okay,
Perception.
so you open this. You don't. You see where the lock is, and you seem pretty confident that you can open this. You using these tools. You hear something break, not your pick, but you hear an extra little thing break. I would like the 4 of you that are in, give me a second, to do this, in this square, to, that's not on the right layer, never mind, let me try that again. The 4 of you that are here, so that would be Kira, Rox, Alice, and whoever else is there, to all make me Constitution saving throws, please.
Oh,
Oh God.
Okay.
I should be good at this. Yes, I am.
Okay,
Change my-
Rox. Just Rox. You all hit after hearing this click. You suddenly a plume of green gas fills the area. Rox, you are now poisoned. You have disadvantage on attacks and ability checks for the next hour.
Wait,
be
who
careful.
succeeds and who fails?
Just Rox. Just Rox.
Oh, the character's name is Rox. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Okay,
I was
so
like-
you open the door swings open, revealing the larder. I can just reveal the whole thing. So,
Should we roll initiative?
no, not yet, because as you see, the rats are blocked by a barricade. So put yourself there and as you would be. And I want everyone to make me another perception check, please.
This is going to be fun.
Well, this is just unfair.
It's a 5 because disadvantage.
Okay, yeah, Rox, you get disadvantage. I'll make sure to keep that in mind. Okay, so as you walk in, the heavy smell of giant rats hits you square in the face as the door swings open. Scamper of feet can be heard as rodents the size of golden retrievers that you can just about see over the top of this barricade dart back and forth to the opposite end of the room amid gnawed open crates, barrels, and bags of food. Between the rats and you is obviously the line of boxes set up by Ilaria. Everyone who rolled higher than the 10 notices 2 of the boxes have been weakened slightly by the rats. These have been marked with these 2 X's. They have been weakened. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna use my winged boots to get out of the range of the rats as best I can. Just to lift myself up off the ground.
Okay, and with that, I want everyone to start rolling initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
So
yes,
I'm not putting up turn order because it's all saying next to me. I also need to roll for the rats. Give me a second. So let's see.
Oh,
Has everyone rolled initiative?
Not yet. Can you switch on the initiative?
No, I'm not using it like that. I'm using it all next to me just because it's easier for me to keep it in track of.
Okay, cool.
Alice, what's your dexterity modifier?
My there is a 1.
Okay, good to know. So that's 13. So,
You know what I just realized? I forgot I had the Necklace of Adaptation, which would have given me advantage on the saving throw.
okay, well, it's a bit late for that now.
Well, I succeeded anyway. Just noticed that.
Yeah.
Just remember it next time.
Yeah, that's fine. So next is okay. Who got underneath that? So next would be Next is 13 total is again, Taylor. And then finally have so the start of the initiative round. It's the rat's turn. You see, you see some. This one right at the back. I don't know whether you can actually see him on your things without scrolling. He scampers up 1, 2 to there. This one just moves in, and you see them all move to there. Next, we have Rox.
Yes, I would like to cast Eldritch Blast on the giant rat that is closest to the weakened box.
To the weakened box. Okay, you would have to put yourself prone in order to be able to go through the box, unless you're trying to destroy the box.
Then I would put myself prone.
Okay, so you are now prone. Roll for an attack against the rat. So which one are you? Do me a favor, ping which rat you're attacking.
This one.
Okay, a 13. Where's the sheet gone? Because it's with disadvantage for you.
Yes.
So you still hit. So roll for damage.
5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. With that, you hear a squeak. It's still alive, but it's fucking weak now. Do you wish to try and move anywhere, like either through the hole or anything?
No, I'm gonna stay put.
Okay. So next we have Zarakis. Your turn.
Move in to finish off the rat.
Okay. Okay. Rox is in the way of you finishing off the first giant rat. What are you going to do?
What's it called? Can I just go out and move my blade?
You can try and go. You can walk past him and try and go through the hole if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'll...
Okay. So you move down. So that's 5, 10. You just about get through the hole. Are you going to make an attack at the rat?
Yeah.
Okay, roll an attack with your scythe, and however, it's at disadvantage because you are prone and a medium creature in a smallish hole. So roll an attack. You're in this tight space. You swing at it, but you just about miss it. Would you like to try and do anything else?
Can I move back through the hole?
You can't. You've got no more movement.
All right.
Okay, and next we have Darian. Your turn. This is now blocked. There is now a person in this hole, so the only other hole is this one here.
How tall is the barricade?
It's tall enough to attempt to jump over.
Yeah,
I don't actually have it written down how tall it is. Let me find the correct sheet again. It's not that one. I've lost the sheet. Fuck. Problem with having too many sheets. There we go. So you attempt to jump over. Make me an athletics check. Okay. You jump off using it sort of vaulting over. Where are you landing?
Here. Yeah.
Okay. So that uses your 10 feet of movement. Now.
He's gonna punch the rat next to him.
Okay, so it's an unarmed attack. Obviously, for you, go on then. Roll your attack. Okay, roll for damage, just in case you're unlucky. Yeah, you punch the shit out of this rat. You sort of punch it, sending it back 5 feet, and just it's dead. It's dead. It's dead. Would you like to do anything else? You still got a bit of movement?
No.
Okay. Next, we have Salem.
So I'm going to move up.
With you, because
Right.
you're flying, you'd already been flying. You can just fly straight over. Okay. What are you gonna
Yeah.
do?
And I'm going to take my javelin and attempt to stab the rat right next to me. In the
Okay.
head.
Make an attack with your javelin. Natural 1. Okay, so you go to swing for this, forgetting you were flying. You sort of lose your balance a bit, and he attacks you in return. You just miss straight past. Give me a second to roll the attack. 6. Does that hit? I don't think it does. To your AC.
No, my armor class is 14.
Yeah, it bites the end of the javelin. Neither of you take any damage, but he sort of manages to bite and take the javelin out of your hand from that one.
Can't hear you.
You missed, and that javelin you had, you no longer have. It's in the rat's mouth right now.
Yeah, that part I heard.
It's
Yeah, that
got a
was it.
knife. It's got a knife.
Which it just spits out next to it. So the javelin is now on this
Oh.
square.
I was gonna say, I think Alice, the cutting out might be on your end. Because I
Oh,
hear you
it
cutting
is?
out a lot too.
So I'm just gonna draw that there. That's where your javelin is, just so you know. Do
All right.
you want to do anything else?
No, I'll just hang out there.
Okay. Kira, it's your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna use my climbing speed to reach the top of the barricade.
Okay, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, because you've got climbing speed as yours. So yep, that's
Yeah, it's
easy enough for you.
20 feet.
Yeah, that's easy enough for you. They're only about. I think they're only about like 10 foot tops.
All right.
Now let me have a look, see if I'd written it down. No, it's not that one. It's not that one. Why do I keep losing the important sheets when I need them? Right, I need that one there. I'm going to put all the important sheets to one side.
That's the job of the dungeon master.
Yeah, just to lose everything.
Yeah, especially dice.
Luckily, I'm not using dice. I'm using an app on my phone. So as long as I don't lose my phone, I'm fine. So we've done with that one, so that one can move. Right,
All right.
you've climbed over it. Okay.
All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and climb down because I'm not gonna take it. I'm not a fan of taking
If you're climbing down, that's fine.
And then I'm just gonna leave that in the ground there, and I'm gonna take a swing with my gun down.
Okay. Why is that rolled with advantage?
Flanking.
Ranking? Oh yeah. Okay. Roll damage. Your gun now goes right through this rat. Pretty much beheading it, I think. I don't even know what the fucking Gundao was.
Yeah.
That was it's basically one of the weapons it says monks can take. It's a spear, but it's bladed instead of it does slashing instead of piercing.
Okay,
like
then,
a
you behead
Naginata.
this thing.
Yeah, it's in the martial arts description.
I'll look at it later. Okay, and bringing up the rear, we have Urkel. It's
Oh,
your
wait.
turn, unless you want to do anything else, Kira.
I wasn't done yet.
Okay, anything else then?
Yeah, I was gonna use. I was gonna burn a key point to throw a couple of radiant sunbolts at number 6.
Go on then. Oh yeah, I forgot. They're all named for you. Those numbers are mainly for me, so I know which ones, which health points that I've written down.
Okay. Both bolts are going at it.
Okay. They both miss. They just shoot straight past. One
Alright.
going either side. One actually hits this box, obliterating it.
Well, showed that little box. Who's boss?
So that box also gets a little cross. It is gone. Grains, like the rest of whatever grains and food was in it, just fly out the other end.
I demand soul experience for that one.
Is that everything you want to do? Do you want to move anywhere
Yeah, no,
else?
I'm out of everything. I'm out of movement. I'm out of stuff.
Okay. And with that, it's back to the rat's turn. So,
I think you missed me.
oh yeah, it's Urkel. Sorry, I forgot.
So
So never mind. Urkel, your turn.
yeah. I don't have a climbing speed, but could I still try to climb up onto the barrier?
Yes, you can. It would take more of your movement. So for them being, I think, though, actually, I found the sheet now, by the way. Yeah, the boxes are only 5 feet tall. So yeah, you can climb up with 10. Make me an athletics check to make sure you can actually climb up this properly.
I was gonna let you know the general thing on climbing is that climbing is considered difficult terrain. So basically, it's
so it's just half move. It's just use a double movement. Okay, that's fine then. You climb up, so it's 10 feet of movement to get up, 10 feet to get back down. So
so 20 and 20.
10 feet total. That's after doubling it. So it's 5 because they're about 5 feet high. They were.
Oh right.
I have it written down.
So probably it should be fine if I go here.
Okay, so you would
yes.
you'd just about be able to make it there.
Okay. Well, this. For my action, I'm going to draw out my crossbow and fire at Giant Red 6.
Okay, go ahead. Roll for an attack. Okay, roll damage.
Okay.
The arrow goes right through the head of this rat, completely tearing straight through. I mean, the bolt goes straight through. Sort of, it was just about to open its mouth to hit at you, and you just shoot through, and it goes out the back of its head. You've killed it. They're very weak. These are like it's not much that of a challenge. Is that all you do?
And yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do.
Okay. Great. I don't think I wrote you down, did I? No, I didn't. Great.
Oh.
Did you roll initiative?
Yeah, 9.
I didn't find it. 9. So yeah, you would have gone just before Oracle usually, but we'll put you now. So quickly go now.
Can I go and climb and stay on this barricade?
You can climb and stay on top of the barricade. How much movement would it be to get to the barricade? 15 to get to if you go into this one. So yeah, you'd just about be able to get back on top. You could attempt to jump off as well if you wanted.
No, I want to stay on.
Okay.
And I'm going
what are you doing?
I'm going to fire an arrow at this rat.
Okay. Roll for an attack. On rat 5. I'm just gonna mark off this one.
25.
Yeah, you fucking again the same sort of thing, but this or where the ear is and comes out just after where the other one is, and sort of embeds itself in the rat.
I told that old woman that rats are not good enough.
You did, yeah, you did sort of tell her. Okay, is that everything?
Oh yeah, that's about.
Okay. Rats run up one to about here, so from there, it makes it. The other one moves to here. This one, number 4, is going to make an attack on you, Salem, with advantage because of pack tactics.
Isn't she on the air? I thought she was flying.
She came down to attack the rat. She would have had to.
Oh,
I thought she was attacking. She said she stabbed it, so. Yeah, that's a 20 with advantage. That's a 20 total. 20 hits, doesn't it?
She did
Salem.
say her AC was 14.
Okay, so she takes 4 piercing damage, Salem.
All right.
So just take off 4 damage from your thing, from your character sheet.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
This one, knowing that the other rat is by, is also going to make an attack against you with advantage. So 11, that doesn't hit. So the other one goes to bite at you. you just about, using your winged boots, just about managed to sort of fly back up enough out of its range to avoid the attack. That brings us now to Rox.
Yes, can I shoot at them from here, or is my other
Where are you? You're here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They would have 3/4 cover.
Okay, then I'm going to move over here,
Okay.
and then I'm just going to use an Eldritch Blast on Giant Red 4.
Okay. From there, yeah. Because you are poisoned.
13.
Roll damage. They don't have very high AC either. Okay,
5.
so you shoot your Eldritch Blast at it, dealing a decent amount of damage. It's still alive, but it's looking weak.
And that's my turn.
Okay, Zarakis, now it's you.
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
At the moment, you also considered prone while being under that box, so keep that in mind.
Okay. So how far can I move?
You can use it would be 5-foot movement to get out of the hole, and in order to stand, it would be 15.
Yeah.
Which would then only give you 10 foot left. So,
I get it out of the hole. Yeah.
So out the hole. Do you stand?
Yep.
Okay, so you have 10 feet of movement left, which means you can move 2 squares.
And I can't stand next where somebody else is.
Well, you were already next to someone.
I'm just gonna move up 1 feet and try to grab the javelin.
An attempt to grab the javelin. Okay. Yeah, it's easy enough. You grab this javelin. Yeah, it's not your javelin. However, you don't care, do you? So that javelin is now in your pocket. I will drag that into your character sheet in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is that all you're doing? Because picking up the javelin would be, I would class as a free action, just because you're just picking something up.
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay.
1 second. No, sorry. Can I use flame? Just flame.
Yes. An attack. Roll for an attack.
Did I miss anything, by the way? Sorry, I had to pause.
No, you didn't miss anything. Don't worry. So go into your thing and press the thing to roll for the attack, Zarakis. Oh yeah, I've got to make a dex save with them. So their dex is a +2. Yeah. So which one are you shooting at? 3 or 4?
Rat number 3.
Rat number 3. Okay. It takes half damage because it makes the save. So it's that, and that's pretty much all you can do. You could move literally to here, and that's about it now.
I'm gonna move back.
You're going to move back 5. Right. So with that, we come to Darium. It's your turn.
Yeah, Darium's going to move to here, and he's going to stab at rat number 3 with a short sword.
Okay, roll for an attack. Roll damage. You barely hit. 6. Yeah, you off this rat easily. Knowing that it was already damaged, you saw where the flame hit, and you just strike in the exact same space, running your sword right through. Anything else?
No.
Okay, Salem, your turn. There's literally one rat. It's just behind you. It's just attacked you, and it's just dealt a little bit of damage.
So I'm gonna take my great and just swing at it.
Okay, if you look at, yeah, there we go. Roll damage. So just press the word great axe again. That's in the actual thing. No, the one that's in the chat. 8. Yeah, you you decapitate this after being annoyed that it's just bit you. You just swing your axe and cleave its head off.
Awesome.
Just as this happens, you notice Ilaria sort of turns up in the doorway. You don't know where she came from. You just suddenly see her appear out of some sort of smoke. Congratulations. You completed my little feat for you guys. That'll be all for today. You may go and do as you please.
Was the showmanship?
So did I see that Zarakis took my javelin?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll check. Zarakis, make a sleight of hand check.
He was.
I was going to give it back to her anyway.
Oh, were you going to give it back to her? So do you go up and give it back to her?
Yes.
Okay, you've gained your javelin back, and I will take it back out. Character sheet. So I thought he was going to keep it. There's more reasons why I would think.
He is a good man. Don't doubt him.
Don't say that.
I would have been pissed if he kept it.
So
Well,
she
I'm
said
just gonna say one thing. If you attempt to try and kill each other in your party, there will suddenly be a trap that teleports you into a room full of Tarasques.
I wasn't gonna try to kill.
I'm not standing.
I was not gonna try and kill him.
Just put that in advance. So,
did she say we can do with the rest of our day as we please?
yes, you can do with the rest of your day as you please. If you want to do anything,
I have a question.
feel free.
So
I'll put you all back into the map. So you are in the town of Parabor. The mansion being just on the edge of the town, sort of. In fact, the mansion would be this big place. No, the mansion, would be just on the edge. It's not actually seen on the map because none of these are actually to what the mansion was described as. You walk outside, you hear the bustling of people. It's about, after this encounter, after everything, it's about midday-ish. The sun is shining through a pretty much cloudless sky. There's only like the little odd spot of clouds. What are you all wishing to do?
I would like to address my fellow colleagues and ask, guys, what do you think about the day in the city?
That sounds like fun.
Shopping, I suppose.
Yeah.
Don't shrug your shoulders. Got nothing else to do. But I may as well.
Okay, so where are you all going?
is there a bookstore by?
Yeah, what is there in Parabor?
In Parabor, it's a small city. It would be, some would just class it as a large town. Others would say it's a small city. There's everything that you would need. There's taverns. There's various shops of all different types. There's blacksmiths. There's a couple of blacksmiths around. Basically anything you would see in a town, in sort of small city area.
Is there a little library?
Yes, there would be a library. There would be one both in the Master's Mansion and one within town.
I'm gonna go into the town.
Okay, so you're off to the library. Just do me a favor, give me your character name so I know where you are.
Zarakis.
Zarakis. Oh, okay. Library.
Rox would go to the tavern.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're going to the tavern.
I would follow him
I'll
into the
follow
tavern.
Rux to the tavern.
Is everyone else going to the tavern but Zarakis then?
Yeah.
I think Kira is actually gonna go. It's probably just gonna go wandering for a bit.
Okay. So, you guys that go to the tavern, give me a second. I have a photo of the tavern. Boom.
Yeah.
It should have popped up on your screen.
Yep.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it's
Loading.
Ta-da!
Only did-
I am proud of myself for that. So you walk into a nice little tavern. you would know this tavern as you've been here for a few months now to be pretty quiet usually, and as always, it is quiet. There are a couple more people than usual, just talking amongst themselves, enjoying a nice just a nice day.
I would address the people that follow me and ask, are you interested in a game of dice?
Dice.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm interested.
my language.
I'm only here to
don't-
make sure
don't-
you guys
don't bother
don't get
about language,
drunk
don't
and
really
can
give a-
actually come home.
Don't
What was
worry,
that?
little girl. We'll be alright.
Okay, so are you all off to play dice?
No, I'll just
I-
sit and watch. I'm just gonna
As-
sit and watch.
As
Okay.
will Darian. Darian will just sit and watch.
I would
Perfectly.
like. I can play. I'd like to see how it goes.
Okay, so you sit down to play a game of dice.
Somebody's voice is very low. I don't know whose voice it is.
Mine. Sorry.
Not you. Not you.
I think you mean
Somebody-
quiet, not low.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Do not know.
Could it be me?
So
Yeah,
one of
that
the
is
things I
you.
can do with a gnome is I can make a
Uh,
clockwork toy. And so while I'm watching,
do you wish to
so
make a
while
clockwork
I'm
toy while
watching
you're
them
sitting there?
play, I'm gonna make a little clockwork dragon.
Okay, I assume you've got Tinker's tools then?
It said 10 gold, I thought.
10. Yeah, it would cost 10 gold to attempt to make. To see if you can make it. Roll me a straight dex check.
Straight. Okay.
You would
let me
already know
open-
how to make these.
Yeah, let me open up my character sheet again.
Mm-hmm. It's a good idea to keep that open.
Yeah.
Two screens.
You can just double click on the top bar of your character sheet and it will minimize in the. Green.
Okay. You get a bit distracted by this game of dice. And
I can't do anything today, can I?
apparently not. You did kill off the last rat.
That's true, I did do that.
Okay, so to the dice game. I assume that you'll be playing a game of dice properly.
Yes.
Okay. Everyone who's playing against him, I want them to make a perception check, please. Okay, and I want you. I can't remember your character's name, but it's over. To make me a sleight of hand check to see if you can get away with it. Oh, you guys don't see shit.
Ooh.
With it.
So you start going. Are you betting anything on this game?
We might.
should have-
Beforehand?
You should have asked it beforehand. But
Yeah, I was
anyway,
about to say. I should have probably asked that first.
I would, but
yeah, I would have bet some.
Okay.
But, in the end, I
So-
would keep it back anyway, so we don't need to.
Within all this, you sort of whatever money you said you were going to bet, which be it anything up to like a sort of 1, 2, whatever you bet. You both take that off. Just let Rox know what it was, so that you can put that into his character sheet.
When you give me the money, I'm gonna tell you, keep your money. Next time, look out a bit more carefully, and I show them my dice.
You show them that they're loaded dice.
Yes.
Oh damn!
They're loaded dice. That's why I wanted him to make a sleight of hand check to see if he could see if anyone would notice the fact that they're loaded.
You're really good. I like you.
And even at
Thank you.
disadvantage, which it was with the 22, because he's still actually no, it would have been about an hour, so it would have been gone to normal now. Yeah, so he that was a brilliant roll. That couldn't have gone better for you. Okay, so Zarakis, you're at the library. What are you doing while you're at the library?
I want to see if there are any books about necromancy and reincarnation.
About what?
About necromancy and reincarnation.
Okay, you make me a perception check.
Perception check.
Yep, please, just to see if you can find what you're looking for. Okay, you look around and you don't find anything specifically to do with necromancy or raising the dead. You do find a book that references it for a bit, but it only says that it's classed as a dark type of magic, and that it's usually not. It's not a common thing to have in just an everyday library.
Okay. Can I do something else as well?
Yes, you've got the day ahead. Obviously, I have something planned for after, but that can wait because this is a fun game. I love this game.
Yeah,
So, what would you like to do instead then?
Well, then in that case, I want to go to the Master's Library.
Okay, it took you a couple of hours to find this. You go to the Master's Library. Take it you're going to try and do the same thing?
Yeah.
Roll me another perception check. See if you can find it. Okay, after another about another hour of searching, you do eventually find a book to do with necromancy. There's nothing really useful compared to what you already know about necromancy. The only new thing is it just tells you of it does mention actually your deity in it, and it sort of gives you a bit more information about her that you thought you knew but you didn't. That's what I'm going to say about that. I will tell you the rest in a bit, depending on if I figure out anything else that could be said. Okay, and last but not least, we have Kira. What are you doing?
I was thinking.
I know you're wondering.
Yeah, he's pretty much looking around because like he's more or less just kind of like curious as to the goings on in the city. So I think he's just kind of like heading across rooftops and like through alleyways and stuff to try to like.
Okay, then I take it you're going to be stealthy about all this.
Yes.
Make me a stealth check.
Okay, and thanks. Is it a sound like an audio stealth or like a visual stealth?
It would be a mix of both, so it's just an overall stealth check.
Okay, because the Boots of Elvenkind grant me advantage on stealth checks.
Well, then make me a stealth check with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, even though it's light, you do manage to find bits of shadow on the roofs, sort of managing to go from sort of chimney to chimney quick enough. Relatively unseen. Hang on. Yeah, you stay unseen throughout the most of it. No one seems to notice you, that or they just don't seem to care. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Just kind of keeping his eye open for like stuff that most people wouldn't normally notice. See if there's anything going on.
Roll me a perception. Roll me just a general another perception check. Then I like these things, and we'll see if you find anything out of the ordinary. Not really. You do see wandering through every now and then a bunch of guards, which every now and then they sort of look in your general direction. Just sort of walk off. You can't really read their lips, so I wouldn't. You sort of see them turn to each other, mutter something, and walk off.
Okay.
Other than that, you see a group of kids playing in one of the back alleys. That's pretty much it.
All right. If he doesn't see anything, then he'll just go meet up with the others at the tavern.
Okay. Zarathus, are you staying in the Master's Library, or would you be able to have joined them?
I actually want to go and speak to the Master itself.
Okay. You look around for about 10-15 minutes. You find the Master in her. Like you notice the Master's study door propped open a little bit. You look through. You see her in there. You knock. Come in.
Oh, Master, I would like to ask you a very specific question that I didn't have a chance to ask you before.
Yes. What would you like to ask?
The test that we took today, was it by accident that these rats were there? Because I've never seen these kind of giants anywhere in natural habitats.
Roll me an insight check.
Sorry, where's...
Insight. It's in the skills section. You just press the word insight.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay. She goes to say, she says, when you ask about her, she's like, no, I don't know what you're on about. However, you see right through this. You've been training with her for a few months.
mhm,
Do you call her out on it?
yes.
Okay, what do you say to call her out?
Unfortunately, I know you all too well to look through this, and I know that it's no accident.
She lets out a deep sigh. Yes, I let them in. I also have the key right here. And she pulls out the key to the larder and puts it back in her pocket. I thought that you needed some sort of test to see how well you have all paid attention to my teachings this past 6 months. You all proved yourself very worthy, and I would appreciate it if you didn't tell the others about this.
Hmm. I'll see what. And I'll walk out.
And you walk out. Okay. Are you right? Here's the thing. Are you attempting to lie to her? Are you actually going to tell the others about it or not?
Hmm. Hmm. I don't actually quite know. I'll see, because it's depending on the situation, right?
Make a deception check then, just to be sure.
Deception.
Deception, yes, with a D. She looks at you as if to say, I will know if you have. Just leave. And she sort of shoos you away, following you behind, and as you exit, she sort of slams the door behind you. And you just, fuck it. You sort of, just before the door's about to shut, you hear, just about under a breath, not enough, for fuck's sake. Then, obviously, the door slams, and what do you wish to do? Are you going to the others in the tavern?
Yes, let's see what's going on.
By now, for you, we'll have to go back in time to the others in a minute. For you, being as you spent a few hours doing each different thing, would be about 5-ish, because it took you a few hours to find the books, and then that obviously it took you a bit to find her.
Yeah.
So would you have been going back to the tavern about this time?
PM, 5 PM or 5 AM at night.
PM, in the afternoon. Okay, so back to the tavern. A little after you show them the dice, Rocks, what's his face? Remember who's the one? Kira walks in, comes and joins you at your table. What would you like to do in the tavern? There's a couple of hours worth of tavern time before Zarakas would turn back up.
I would just play with some unloaded dice.
Okay.
If
Anyone else
anybody
doing
wants,
anything?
I would play. I mean, we are just going to waste our time. We can play it all, and I'll drink all the ale I can.
Okay,
I think,
so are you just playing an ordinary game of dice?
Yeah, just no stakes, just playing basically.
No stakes, just a bit of fun. Okay, I won't make you do any rolls for it. You spend a couple of hours just playing one of the few of the many games that you've learned with these dice.
And while they're playing, Darium just like plays a little joke on them by using his elemental attunement to make a very slight gust of wind that barely anyone could notice. To like occasionally, when the dice is being rolled, and when they're about to land, it blows wind at them so they change just to annoy people.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
Do we notice that?
That's what I'm saying. Make a sleight of hand check, and then the other two, the two that are playing, make me perception checks. Okay. Oh, Urkel, you don't notice nothing. You just every now and then you get a bit frustrated that these dice won't roll how you want them to. Gray and Rocks, every now and then you notice a little movement of a hand, and then notice the dice move on their own a little bit, causing the rolls to change.
I'm not going to point it out. I'm just going to laugh under my breath and just drink my ale. It's quite spectacular.
Okay, Rox, are you going to do anything about
Nothing.
So you're both just going to basically all play a prank on Urkel.
He just wants
He's
to
the only
annoy
one getting frustrated.
You get a clap for that.
Them dice.
That's hilarious. Right,
Yeah.
so the rest of your evenings go. Zarakis joined. You enjoy a nice night in the tavern. We are going to take a quick 5-minute break there. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Just do as you please. And yeah, I need to go toilet and get a drink. So we're back in about 5 minutes.
The record
so it's going to completely break on me. Okay, and we are without a little break. So I need to pull up the correct sheet now on my laptop because I didn't write these ones down because I forgot that we were probably going to get this far. I forgot to write everything down that I would need. Give me a second to open it all up on Word. So we are now continuing a few weeks after the events of the rats. Throughout the next few weeks, you sort of perfect the, except for obviously with that. That was just too funny. Perfecting what skill to the best of your abilities. Any spell casters if you want to change out your spells, you can. The Rathus, I'm assuming that for now, because we haven't got many more sorted, we'll just leave you with where you are. We shall continue. Everyone ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's hit it.
So, welcome to Parabor, a frontier village of diverse miners and adventurers. The community's economy, I cannot speak today, is fueled by silver in the Saigon Ranges, mithril in the Icebound Peaks, and explorers like you who scout out the Miriam Vale for treasure. I think that was supposed to say filled, not fueled. It doesn't matter. So, the Rangers cut Parabor and the Miriam Vale off from the rest of the Kingdom of Skylark, where King Raziel Forthwith II rules a prosperous civilization. While the small village falls under his... Huh?
I said that's a lot of names.
Yes, I know. Whilst the village falls under his domain, he largely ignores it. Its operations are in the hands of Governess Judith Seagarten, who keeps a small guard and can raise a larger militia if any trouble comes to town. She lets villagers keep to themselves, coming around with her guards once a year to collect taxes. The dangerous jobs and remote location of Parabor attract more than just miners and adventurers. Plenty of people running from something, be it the law, a shady past, or an angry ex-lover, come to Parabor for refuge from their previous lives. This is a village where people ask where you're going, not where you come from. 3 days ago, Ilaria Fanewing, a renowned mentor to many famous adventurers, died. She was known as the Master, and you were her final pupils. The ancient elf who taught you magic and wilderness survival passed away in her sleep a couple of weeks after she said that your training was complete. So the next few weeks, obviously, you complete your training and you're ready to look for work. You hadn't even begun to look for work when news of her death had came. Though she was over 800 years old, she was athletic and energetic. You all thought she could have lived another 8 centuries easily. Per the instructions of her last will and testament, Ilaria was buried quickly in a simple ceremony. While many who live in Paramore came to see the Master lay to rest, you were her only students able to attend given this short notice. Golana, the local dwarf priestess who runs the Holy Beacon, Parabor's Temple of Lux, God of Light, asked you each to say a few words about Ilaria in eulogy by sharing a favourite memory of an unexpected lesson the elf taught you. What memory did you all share? You don't have to, you're going to go through the names. So, Darium, do you choose her at her funeral?
Not really. He just sits there, just quiet.
Okay, Kira?
I think what stood out to me most was a particular lesson. It was during one of our combat sessions where she would attempt to have several of us go against her. And much to our dismay, we stood no chance at any point, I believe. That being said, it was the way that she dealt with she fought back with such ferocity. I always respected that of her.
Take a D6. I'm going to give you inspiration for that. Yeah, you get a D6. You mark off an inspiration. You've got a D6 inspiration for when you need it.
Thank you.
I like that one. That was a good one. Okay, Salem, do you wish to say anything about Ilaria?
Salem stands up in front of everyone and begins sharing a memory. However, she cannot finish what she is saying because she breaks down crying in front of everybody, and she has to sit back down.
Okay. Urkel. Do you wish to say anything, or do you wish to stay silent as well?
I'd like to say something.
Go on.
One training session that I always remember was some crossbow training with her. She would toss some apples in the air and I tried to hit them. I never managed. But she always told me, try again. And then once I managed every single time. She was always a great believer in her students and in our abilities. May Saloon guide her soul.
As you say that, you notice the crowd sort of bow their head in acknowledgement. You also can have a D6 inspiration, because I like them. These are nice little things. I honestly didn't think anyone would say anything, because this is all off the top of your head, these ones are. Gray, do you wish to attempt to say anything?
I would like to say, yeah. I was just wandering often, just, going around the land. She is the only one who looked me in the eye, never judged me, took me in, trained me, and here I am. And for that, I will forever be grateful for her.
As you say that, you hear a number of, like, 2 or 3 other voices just sort of hum in agreement, like and you sort of pick up saying, yes, that's the sort of person she was. She was known around the town. Take your inspiration. I'm probably going to give inspiration to anyone who spoke, just because it's tough to come up with things on the spot. I know this myself. Depending on how good it is, obviously. Rox, do you wish to say anything, or are you staying silent?
I wish to remain silent.
Okay, and Zarakas, are you going to be saying anything?
No, I'm just gonna try to hide my yawn and look at my eyeglass.
Make a deception check to see if you can hide the fact that this is clearly boring you. I'm setting with the DC just because it's easier. Because there's a lot of people around. As you yawn, some people notice and just sort of give you a disgusted look. But no one actually says anything about it. Okay. So, let's scroll down to the next bit. So, whilst exiting the Holy Beacon, Yelsa Hodwick, the only solicitor currently working in Parabor, approaches. She's a middle-aged gnome, and she pushes up her half-moon spectacles, wiping tears from her eyes as she embraces you all one by one, barely holding back hysterical tears. Miss Failing spoke fondly of all of you. In fact, you're all mentioned in her last will and testament. If you have time today, would you please stop by my office? I know this is a lot to ask, but she cannot finish a sentence as the tears finally come. Please stop by later. She manages to get through. She gets out through the tears.
I give her another hug, trying to comfort her.
Okay. And with that, she walks off towards the solicitor's office. Do you wish to do anything before going?
Can I find Holy Beacon priest?
What was that? I couldn't hear you properly. You were a bit quiet.
Can I find the Holy Beacon priest?
You look around and you do manage to find her sort of talking to other people that are leaving donations into the church. Some people that are clearly, obviously, supporters of the church. You notice her sort of every now and then she'd go up to someone who was sort of standing at the grave and the Laria's grave, and sort of they're weeping, sort of comforting them. You walk up to her.
Hello, madam. Can I ask you where your temple is based? I would like to visit very much.
Well, we held the the service in the temple. You would obviously, you would know that where you were for the actual funeral was in the temple. Now she's sort of just outside in the graveyard, sort of standing, sort of wandering around near Ilaria's grave, comforting anyone who needs it, sort of making sure that everyone is fine, as a priest would.
Mm-hmm. But I meant like the what's called the main temple, because obviously church has different temples, right?
Within this city, there's only like there's only like 2 or 3 churches. They're all classed as temples in their own rights, all to different deities. There's none to the deity that you yourself worship. However, this is it's the church / temple of let me find the name of Lux, god of light. She looks at you as if to say, "Well, you are welcome any time here, dear. Even though," and she sort of whispers into your ear, "even though I can tell you do not follow the same as us, you are always welcome here."
Never mind, you're not the person I'm looking for. I walk away.
All right. Do you all make your way to the solicitor's office?
No, I wait outside till everybody else is finished.
Okay.
I'll go there alone.
All right. Well, this is something that you all could do with being together for.
Okay, then in that case, yeah.
Bit of a side note. So you all walk in. As you walk in, a small bell rings in the door frame as you enter her office. The smell of paper twinges in your nose. Neatly stacked books and files seem to fill every shelf, table, and available surface of the gnome's crowded workspace. Thank you so much for coming. Yelsa's voice chirps shakily behind her desk. She scurries off a chair and says, "Oh, excuse me, I seriously need to file these." She picks up papers off the seats of 3 of the chairs and the couch set up from her desk. "May I offer you all some tea?"
I'll have some tea.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's not my
Lovely, thank you.
that's not my usual drink, but I'll have it. Yeah.
I will have some myself.
No, thank
Okay.
you.
So
No, thank
she
you.
sort of gives a nod and acknowledgement to those who said no. She quickly skirts off back to the other side of the desk, brings a tray that you can see she can. You're surprised that for a gnome, she sort of carries these with enough care to not spill anything, but you can tell she was struggling a bit. She places them on table in front of the chairs. "Please take a seat." As you all see, she unseals a small envelope with an EF pressed into its back seal, pulls forth a letter within, and she speaks in a grave sort of tone. "Now, as I said at the services, Ilaria included you all in her last will and testament. She has no family, and you are the only people mentioned in this document. She wanted me to read aloud and then give you the following instructions to take with you. My gold has dwindled." So she starts reading this, and I'm just going to read all this through. So just give me a second to actually be able to get through it. "My gold is dwindled in 800 years, but there's some left, so be all ears." Someone is repeating.
I think that's your recording.
Yeah, no, because I've got that muted. It's oh no, it's who was it? Alice, you're sort of repeating a little bit, so just sort of.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll mute myself.
All right, sorry. Okay. "My mansion, my treasures, they're all yours, if you can open the last of my doors. The vault in the backyard is my final test. You must work together to complete this quest. The door can be opened with strength of the mind, but before you attempt, find the tiles, all 9. 3 are hidden while she creeps and crawls, the one with 8 legs, venomous jaws." As she says this, a memory various different times. Once it loads, I will tell you what this memory is. Give me a second. My laptop's going so. So as this is read out, you remember think along the lines of, if you travel up the Moranthia River, you will find a waterfall coming down off the icebound peaks. Behind this waterfall is a cozy cave, but enter with caution. For inside lairs Vixthra. She is a spider as Don't worry about writing all this down. You get handouts of all this in a second.
Oh,
Okay.
So I'm just sort of reading about getting it all out of the way. So don't worry about writing. You will get the handouts in a minute.
People
3 are
writing
entrusted
it
to
down.
one born of dragons who cannot be reached by boats or by wagons. This makes another memory click into your head. This one gonna ask of past people that she used to work with. I may be old, but I'm still an adventurer. I even climb the staircase cliffs from time to time. I have to. My dragonborn friend, Alcius Scaevola, I cannot pronounce that last name for the life of me, won't climb down, so I must climb up. Trust me, he is good company, and his cooking is definitely worth the effort.
Hmm.
3 are buried. She continues reading. 3 are buried with a friend long forgotten who lingers long after her body is rotten. This sticks out most because this one's one that she would mention a lot more. Of all my old pupils, I remember Helene Erdune best. She was so passionate about adventuring. When she retired, she came back here to teach with me. So dedicated was she to tell me that even in her death, her soul could not rest. Probably why I remember her so well. Her ghost still haunts the Delore forest where I buried her. My guilt drives me to see her, to convince her to depart this world and to be at rest. I fear as long as I'm alive, she will continue those woods. It can be impossible to find one's way through the Delore forest, and that is why I marked the path to her grave by carving my initials into the trees. The last few lines are, unlock the vault, do not delay, for others are hunting my treasure this day. Every at risk, so take up the task, and please do be brisk. As she gets to the last lines of reading, she sort of chokes up a bit. All will make sense when you open the vault and realize death was not. She sucks her breath in to compose herself. What could all this mean? Alari's property is yours, and that's clear. So the master's mansion now belongs to all of you. Do with it as you please. You remember the stone trapdoors behind the mansion that were always locked, right? Which you all do. It had no key. The door did have 9 square-shaped divots in it, though. Perhaps this is the vault Alaria's poem refers to?
maybe.
I can now give you the 2 handouts, which are the memories and the will itself. So give me a second to do that.
You have to give me some time to read it through. Again.
Yes. There's the will, and there are the memories.
Find the
So, feel free to discuss amongst yourself the next bit, and once you've read through, what do you want to do?
give me a
This-
second.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, perhaps we have a bit of a silver lining to all this then.
With no wasting time, I'll leave the room to go back to the mansion.
Okay. You make your way back to the mansion, letting yourself in.
Mm.
While walking, I'm gonna ask him. Says that we have to find all the 9 tiles. 3 are hidden where she creeps and crawls. Maybe this is based on that Spider Woman.
Well,
Vixtra.
yes,
Mhm.
that cave to the north, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe we should go there. Okay, maybe we should check out the mansion, and then we should go to get the tiles.
Mm.
Oh, the tiles are nicely laid out here.
Do you all make your way back to the mansion?
Yes, I go back to the mansion.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
I'd
assuming
follow
that you're
Sims.
probably going to be going to the back to look for this vault to find more around the vault.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay, so I heard a couple of no. Heard no. What are you doing instead then?
I'm going to the master's private study to seek books.
Okay. We'll get back to that in a minute. Do me a favor. Just roll me an investigation. As this time you know what you're looking for, so just roll me an investigation check. See if you can find anything specific. Okay. We'll get back to that in a minute. So, did you go with?
I would have gone with to the master's room.
Okay. You don't find anything useful to the task at hand of finding the tiles. Zaraskus, you do actually find one of her hidden books about necromancy. In this book is everything she taught. Is pretty much everything she taught you, though. You can tell that necromancy definitely wasn't her strong suit. However, she managed to get enough information to be able to teach you the ways, and she also always tried to teach you to use these powers for good, not evil. She always tried to see the light in people, and she's been trying to help you for a while get over the tragic things of your past, as you would have told her about them. So all you see in this book is information on the spells you already know, information on spells that at the moment are a bit out of your ability.
Yeah.
Do you wish to keep this book to make learning spells in the future easier? Okay.
Yes,
So I will add something in your journal in a second, just so that we know that you've got this book. I'll write myself a note of that. Okay. Rox, you looking around, you don't really find anything of use to you or to any of the others. You do, rummaging around the desk, notice like a couple of bits of paperwork. At this point, you do notice I will give you one thing. You do notice a piece of paper that sort of has details over the rat thing from a while ago. Like a sort of memoir about it, and in that she explains that she had the key all along and that she brought them in. Other than that, you don't find anything. So
I give him a suspicious look.
Okay. Is that it for you? Right. We'll now go to the group that are inspecting the vault. Everyone that's looking around the vault, make me perception checks.
Okay.
Cool.
Damn, my rolls are really good. It's better.
Okay. First of all, Urkel, you trip over a branch, and for the next sort of 10-15 minutes, you sort of just sit there in a bit of pain. You've scraped your knee a bit.
Can I princess carry him?
You can attempt to. If you're going to make a strength check to see if you can pick him up.
Okay, straight strength. Here goes nothing. Yeah, I don't carry you.
You sort of attempt to pick him up. However, you just about manage to not fall over yourself because of this.
I'll
Okay,
pick him
drop
up.
him. I'll drop him and say,
Make
well, I
a
tried.
strength check.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Urkel is
I'll
just
go ahead
sitting
and
there,
pick him up.
Family Guy, doing this Family Guy.
That's what I had in mind of
Yeah.
of you eventually saying, because that has happened before in the campaign I'm actually a player in. Okay, so those looking around, as you get closer to the actual vault itself, are any of you proficient in Arcana? That's out of, Darius.
No.
Okay, never mind.
Urkel
I mean, I
would be.
can.
Yeah, but Urkel, you don't see shit. You're on the floor in pain.
Yeah.
He's
Alright.
blind as a bat.
Didn't the gnome pick him up? The barbarian.
No, she said she decided against it once I said make a strength check.
Hmm.
No, I said I was going.
Oh, okay. Make a strength check. See if you can have picked him up.
Oh, I guess you didn't hear it any second time.
No, I didn't hear it properly. Make a strength check.
Just click on the word strength. Ah, cool.
Okay. You accomplished this a lot easier. You managed to pick him up and sort of drag him over. Now, Urkel, if you want to make your Arcana check for me, I know you're proficient.
Well then, here goes nothing.
Oh,
Nat 20!
Okay. Okay, brilliant. As you get closer, you feel a strong buzz of arcane energy coming from the vault, the doorway, blocking the vault itself. You sense that whatever this is, stopping you all from getting in, it's definitely something magical. You also, from that nat 20, I'm going to say that something pops up a bit sooner. As you get closer, you sort of run your fingers just above where the spaces for the tiles are. And a very, very faint blue starts to show up against this, but then fades too quickly before you can get anything from it.
Interesting. It reacted to my hand. Gleam.
Oh, based on her
I don't think
will,
we can force this door open. We
Uh,
have to find the tiles.
You can attempt to try and force the door open if you want.
I just said that I'm assuming from the net 20, we'll probably have to get the tiles since.
Yes, from that nat 20 though, for the Arcana, you can tell that whatever this is, it's definitely what's keeping it closed to the point where it doesn't even look like there's a doorway there to begin with.
Well, to be fair, we pretty much figured that would be the case, didn't we? And aside from that, it'd be rather unsport. Went about this trying to cheat the system.
when are we meeting the rest of the group? Because we're coming back, right?
By about the time that they've realised this, you're just about turning up to the others
All right.
as they're having this conversation.
Did you find anything?
oh, we found that we can't open it.
Well,
Mhm.
that kind
But-
of figures, knowing our master.
But I mean, we do have an idea of how.
And how?
I mean, you read her will, right? I mean, she has clues for
I'm pretty sure it's the tiles.
the
Yeah.
3x3 tiles. There's 3 places we need to look for.
Mm.
And if the
So-
Yeah.
Do me a favour, Zaraxis, for making this before you make this conclusion, roll me an intelligence check.
Oh.
As you all hear, as he says this, he sort of says this with like a really uncertainty. He's just hoping that what he says is correct. Okay, so what do you
I
wish to
have
do?
deception.
No.
Oh.
Just no. just no. Where do you wish to go? There's 3 different places you can go. You can either conquer them in order, or however you choose.
which is
Yeah,
the
we
closest?
So
Yeah,
guys,
pretty much have
look,
3
scared of
options.
spiders.
Which is the closest anyway? I mean,
I
we
want to
can
see
go-
a giant spider.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
scared
do
of
them in
spiders.
order.
Okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
that is very handy, as that is the one that I've copied into Word.
Good.
So you have all helped me a very big amount.
Mhm.
I just got to open it now.
Thinking about it.
Okay, so obviously, because it's about midday, you wait until the next morning to start making your to the north towards the peaks.
Mm.
It takes you a couple days worth of travel to get to Vixthra's lair.
hmm
So you start making your way around the lake. For the first night, whilst walking on the first through the first day, you don't really notice anything particular. it seems because it being open, there's nothing really. You get to about here, and it starts to get to dusk.
All right.
Do you wish to set up camp?
Yeah, that would be better.
What's up?
Okay.
Yeah.
You set up camp. I assume that you're going to be having people take watch.
Yeah, I'll take the first.
I'll take the second one.
I'll take the third watch.
How can we
one
play
more.
a game of dice one?
I'll take fourth.
Okay, so
You're
person's
saying
making the
some...
first watch. Make me a perception check.
Please don't fail me. Yeah?
Natural 19. Okay, that's fine. For the first few hours of the night, they go by relatively undisturbed. You do, in the forest, sort of hear the tweeting of birds and various woodland creatures, but nothing out of the ordinary. Second.
Oh, damn it.
Oh. Ooh.
This is
You
You
good.
sort of get distracted by drawing stuff in the mud. However, your watch goes through uninterrupted. Third.
Perception, I roll wisdom, right?
No,
No, you
perception.
No,
roll
just
perception.
Just,
I
it's
can't
just
find it on my character sheet because apparently I'm blind.
No, in the skills.
Uh,
Yeah, it should be in the skills section.
Yeah, just right of your wisdom. If you go to the wisdom and then right, there's perception.
Should be.
Okay, give me a second. Oh, I see it.
There you go. Just
For
press
all
that
of
then.
us.
I am very blind and I'm not wearing my glasses.
Okay. As evident by that roll. You sort of still a bit groggy from being woken up to take your rest. But once again, nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. You might go fourth and final check. And again, nothing happens. The only way something would have happened is if any of you rolled a natural one. Just so you know, on that check, on that one. I was just hoping that someone rolled a nat one.
You should not
Alright,
hope that.
Yeah.
Not hope like
but-
that.
First night goes around completely fine. You start making your way further up. Is anyone looking out while they're walking?
Yeah, I'm gonna be stealthy and trying to look around while going.
Okay, roll me a stealth check and then a perception check.
So remind me, where are we going right now?
You're going to here.
To the
Yeah.
Okay, red
Yes,
and the
but,
purple circle is where we are now.
Yes.
Yeah, that little black bit. Yeah, that's where you are now. So, okay.
I stay a couple of meters behind the entire group.
Walking through, Gray, you notice every now and then shifting in the woods. You sort of focus each time, and various woodland animals. You do, at one point when you get to about here, notice very far in the distance, sort of, you just about work out the shapes of a little group of humanoids. At least that's what they look like to you.
I'm-
However, they don't seem dangerous. They don't seem to have noticed and seem to be coming anywhere near. They just sort of go deeper into one of the hillsides.
Hmm.
I'm going to tell this to my other people
Okay.
so that they will be careful. I mean, if they are dangerous.
Hmm.
You can't tell whether they're dangerous or not. However,
Yeah, for them to be like
they
cautious.
seem like they're in a rush and they just sort of run off without even realizing that you were all there in the first place. You get to the lair and you get to just before the lair, sort of, it's a little section of trees there.
Hmm.
Just as nightfall's falling again.
Are
I
we
don't-
tired or exhausted?
It's a full day worth of travel, so you.
Hmm.
Okay. In the case, should we set up camp? I'll take the first walk.
I don't like the idea of setting a camp right in front of the lair.
Neither
Yeah,
do I.
You're not right in front. The lair is it would be about 120 to 200 feet above you, going up the mountain. There is a pathway too that leads pretty much straight to the lair. As it is behind a waterfall, there is sort of a way through it. Way behind you notice a little entrance. If you were to stop the night, you should be safe. You don't reckon anything will come. However, obviously you cannot always be sure as you're out in the wilderness.
I thought to stay here.
What do you guys think? We go back a bit and set up camp there?
Oh, that
No,
seems
that's it.
perfectly reasonable.
Probably better.
Yeah.
Or we can just scout around the area to see whether there are any dangers ahead.
Well, I'm gonna disconnect and reconnect 1 sec.
Yeah, then we just make our way back a bit and set up camp there. I think that would be safer.
Yeah.
I would feel more comfortable doing that too.
Okay, so as nightfall starts to fall, you set up camp. You have yourself a meal from various woodland creatures just sort of running around. It's easy to get something to eat from them. I will need Zarafus to make a perception check for the first watch as you all slowly start to go into slumber.
I also want to do something else during my watch.
Okay. You keep your eye out as much as you can doing whatever you're doing. What are you actually doing?
I want to carefully have a look first if everybody else is sleeping.
Everyone seems to fall asleep majority quickly, I think. Is anyone trying to sort of, like, you have no reason to, but is there anyone trying to sort of stay awake during the first watch, or are you just letting him take the watch on his own?
Probably letting him take.
Kira's a giant cat, of course, he's just sleeping.
Okay. So, you notice everyone's asleep. What do you do?
Okay,
Actually, do me a favour. Well, you're going to have to hop into the one-on-one chat for me for a second.
Yeah, not a problem.
My version of the whispers sort of thing, so I have a little thing for him.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't worry.
My.
Be bad.
He's going to die.
Oh my god.
Initiate the Joestar secret technique.
Hopefully we won't die. Let's see.
Little did we know he has a stand. Run. The spider has a stand. Be afraid.
How brave we are going to kill a spider.
Now that I think about it, why haven't we took a boat? There's a river leading up to here.
No idea. we just sort of.
But yeah, I think to kill the spider, we hit it until it dies.
A solid,
I can see that.
a quite solid plan, I think, in this case.
I hope
Yeah.
I hope my special technique doesn't fail me like it always does.
Yeah, don't break your arm.
If it always fails you, why do you keep using it?
For the times it doesn't fail.
That time's the charm.
And has that ever happened?
1 time out of 10, it succeeds. 50 times out of 10.
Yes.
Because it looks cool.
I think I've played this for like 10 sessions and like 3 different campaigns, and I think it's hit like twice.
Wow.
1 times out of 10, it hits every.
Who was taking the second watch?
I think I will. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Check.
Okay.
Is yeah, so just roll me a perception check. Okay. One thing you notice just before you fall asleep, just before Zarafus goes to sleep after waking you up, You see a slight bit of worry in his face at first, and a sort of slight careless to him. However, your night goes uninterrupted. Who's making third watch?
I'll take it.
Okay. Perception check.
15.
Whilst you are sleeping, whilst you are keeping watch, you hear a slight bit of an echo coming loud enough from just from near the waterfall. How far back did you go from the trees that I highlighted? Sort of.
Like a
I'm
mile,
asking
or
you all this as a whole.
like a kilometer.
Yeah,
Far.
Okay, so yeah, you would still hear this then, Salem. You hear. Let me quickly find your passive sheet. Yeah, you hear some sort of language spoken that you're not used to. They sort of mutter something that echoes and just about manages. Nothing. And final check, please. Of whoever's taking.
I shall take it. Oh,
Both of you take it.
but
Um,
I will, because I'm actually.
Yeah, roll me a perception check. Okay. As you are awoken, Salem mentions some voices which you hear, and you understand these voices.
Mm-hmm.
They are speaking in Draconic. And
Just-
all you hear is 3 words. Must protect her.
I've
And
got-
that's all you hear. Not you, Zarakas. Zarakas, you're asleep. Shut up.
Okay.
Only you hear this, Darian, because you're awake.
Okay.
However, the night goes by without trouble. You all wake up feeling fresh from your thing, noticing right in front of you is obviously the entrance to the lair.
Can I stealth before going?
Yes, roll me a stealth check. And I need to then roll something in a minute once the page loads. Okay, gotta quickly cover something so that you don't see it before you need to. Okay. Let me quickly roll something with these guys.
These guys? That sounds a bit
Yep.
funny.
It should do. No, I'm joking, it's fine.
oh no.
Okay.
Nice.
So I need to put on your tokens and move you to where you should be. Give me a second.
I'll probably in the back.
Sure.
I should be. I'm a ranged character. I'm not a melee.
So is
Yeah,
everyone
I also
scared
would be
of
in the back.
spiders?
Did we just all end up just going behind each other and traveling backwards to Parabol?
Zombie near the front.
And we
You
have
can
all
Organise
four-
yourself in a minute.
Oh no. Yes.
Once I can actually get your. Give me a second, guys. I could do it doing this a different way. Not a literal second, you idiots. Okay, one of the character sheets is missing.
Oh.
That's opened.
Weird.
Did anyone accidentally delete their token?
No.
I don't-
I
don't
found
think
whose
we
token
can-
it is that's missing. Don't worry.
Okay then.
I need to go. I'm going to this.
Still got Kira.
Yeah, it's just I know whose token's missing.
Okay. Alright.
We heading into the cave, or?
Your character tokens. Once I've got this last character token that's missing,
Okay, cool.
drag it back in. Oh no, found it.
Oh, cool. Alrighty.
As I drag it in, I find it. Typical.
Well, alrighty then.
Click, copy. So, are you coming the left or right side of the waterfall, or are you flanking it? Bear in mind there is a river in between it.
Right side.
Kira goes left.
I think we should all stick together.
Yeah.
Don't split the party.
Yeah, so we all go left then?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
also go.
Just for a second, just draw one more thing. Okay, so I am now going to move you all over to the next map.
Diddle-
So you are all at the bottom of it right now.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm assuming the guy that was stealthing is going to be up at the front.
Okay. I'll go up in the front.
I'm just like, it's up to you. Like, you can be stealthing at the back of the group if you want. I'm just like, usually when people stealth, they usually stealth at the front.
Maybe. Yeah, okay, sure, why not?
Yeah, so you all have
Yes.
access to your own tokens.
Should we roll initiative for movement?
No, not yet.
Okay.
For now, just because nothing's there. So,
Alright, well. No one else is
I
going. Okay.
just need to quickly get rid of something that I accidentally added. Okay, so this is
I'm
now
going-
going to be where it gets a bit confusing for me.
I'm going to, peek inside
Okay,
the cave
do you
entrance.
have? Let me quickly check something. Yeah. So, as you look inside the entrance, boom, you see things.
I'm
I
gonna.
was just waiting until you got there before. So,
1, 2, 3, 4.
so
Why? Paladin.
5 gnomes have
Yeah.
something to say now as well. Size lizard folk with canine-shaped heads, playing dice, roasting rats over a small fire in this room.
Hmm.
However, I can't say the next bit because you are stealthed and they didn't see you.
I'm going to try and fire an arrow. I'm going to tell the party that there is 5 creatures there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to ask them whether are we going to kill them. And that's the obvious choice, but I want to ask
Well,
them.
let's try approaching diplomatically, and if worse comes to worse, we appear to outnumber. Well, yeah, we appear to outnumber them, so nothing to
don't
worry
the-
about.
Okay. Why don't the ranged characters I'm sorry,
Oh.
I did not.
I think we should just talk to them first. They might be helpful.
No.
Absolutely, I
so
agree.
are you just going to walk in?
Yes.
Kira is as well.
Move
I'm going-
move as you do. You walk in, they all reach towards their weapons
Hmm.
and they pick up
Peace
their
to
bows
all
and
of
daggers
you.
and scream in a high-pitched voices.
Now, hold
Dragonborn.
on.
Dragonborn, Draconic. So-
Kira does.
Well, I
Here it is. You
I
hear
should-
one of them
I should
shout.
see- Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
you
I
hear them shout,
Oh, yeah.
"Kneels for the 8-legged mother" in Draconic.
Can I shoot him?
Oh,
Roll
okay.
initiative.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
diplomacy fails, I guess.
Yeah. Darian just took to that and just says, "Well, diplomacy's out the window already."
Oh, they're not diplomatic. They're just there.
Yeah.
So, you all remember numbers 25 to 20?
I am 22.
Okay.
21.
Great. 22. What was your character? So, Rock's at 21. Okay. 20 to 15.
I'm 21-16. I'm 21.
I
Oh,
have. What?
so
Why
because
do
you're
I
both at
have-
21.
Okay. I don't have
Rox,
them.
what's your dex? 21.
21.
21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21. 21
It says in like the little bracket beside the
No,
initiative.
your actual dex score.
Oh,
Not the
okay,
roll,
then.
your actual dex score.
Rocks.
My thought you
Yeah.
said 7 and
What's your
16.
dexterity? 16. Okay, which of you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay, so
For once, I didn't get the lowest. initiative.
okay, so
Yeah.
20 to 15.
Me, 19.
Urkel.
Urkel.
Okay. 15. 15 to 10.
13.
10 to 5.
7. I mean, Darium 7.
There's only one person that hasn't said.
Yeah, Kira's.
Kira's the 5.
Oh, Kira, sorry, 517.
Okay, so just quickly do this, and that's where we go. Okay, at the top of the round we have Grey. So what are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot the creature right in between the eyes. This one.
This one. Okay. Let me give me a second just to quickly write down all their separate health points. Yes. Okay, right. Go on then. Roll for an attack.
15.
Okay. You absolutely destroy this guy.
And that's how you shoot. And that's my turn. I'm
Turn.
going.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 5 feet, a bit back, so I'm not seen by the kobold.
Okay. Well, you've already been seen by them.
Yeah, but
Because you
not in
attacked.
line of sight. Yeah.
Yep, that's fine. Okay. Zarathus, your turn.
Can I run up to the Dragon Ball Paladin?
Okay. How? Let's see. Where are you? You can get up to anywhere along here.
So anywhere along here.
Okay. Move your character to where you want to be. You can move to 6 squares.
Right here.
Okay.
Can I?
Do me a favour though first.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Never mind. Okay. So what are you going to do from there?
Wait, sorry, can somebody tell me how I can measure the range?
On the left side, there's the
Okay,
pointer.
yeah.
And all that, and there's the
You
ruler.
pick the ruler.
Oh, alright. So, yeah, I'm with like
Oh yeah, with this. Yeah, roll for an attack.
Yeah.
With disadvantage because it's at the range. 7, that one. You roll me a dex check. Dex save, should I say?
Saving throw.
That's okay. Yeah, you're fine. You go to swing, just about missing, and you just about manage to stop yourself from dropping your scythe.
alright.
This is a heavy weapon. This you have to use both hands in order to hold. So trying to attack anything that's at the edge of your range is a hard thing to do. Okay. Is that all you do?
What's called is one of the spells?
No, you can't. That was your action.
In that case, yeah.
Okay. Rox, your turn.
Yes, I would like to get any cover behind this rock if that is possible.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then
Pillar going straight up.
Then I cast Eldritch Blast on this kobold.
Roll for attack. 9. You go to shoot at it, and you just hit the dead body of the one in front.
Okay, then that's my turn.
Okay. Next is Urkel.
To move right here. And
Okay.
then, yeah, I'm going to cast one of my cantrips, Toll the Dead, on the Dragonborn Paladin.
Okay. Press it for me so I can see what it does.
Do you
Yeah.
think the Dragonborn Paladin is
Sorry.
our...
It's supposed to be another kobold, but it's easier to keep it renamed.
Oh.
Okay, so I need to make a strength save with him. Give me a second.
it should not
Yeah,
be a
he
strength
failed,
save.
so...
Wait,
It should be a
I don't...
wisdom save, sorry.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't change. It should be a wisdom save, actually.
Wisdom save, okay. Well, it's the exact same for it, so that's fine. Yeah, you, using Toll of the Dead, you sort of focus on him. Bells are heard, and you just suddenly see him scream in pain and just drop lifeless to the floor. These guys have literally no fucking health.
Yeah, I imagine if he dies to a 6. To 6 damage.
Okay, do you want to do anything else?
One thing. I'm going to use the rest of my movement to get into cover.
Okay, that's fine. Caleb.
I am going. Well, let me see if. All right. So I am going to
5 feet
move
move. Don't forget you've got your flying speed as well.
here. Yes, I do. And I am going to use my Javelin of Lightning and
Okay.
try to attack the kobold in the very back.
Okay, give me a second to check something. Do me a favor. How far is it from you?
40 feet.
45.
Oh, that's fine. I've just read the thing. Okay, let me make a dex save with him. He makes the save. However, roll 4d6. So is it just at the guy at the back?
Yes.
Yeah, you managed to kill him off as well. Even though he takes half damage from the save, you managed to kill him off.
Yay.
Give me a second to mark him as a dead boy. Do you wish to do anything else? Make sure you get rid of the lightning of javelin now, because you only had one.
How do I mark him off?
I'll sort it out, and I'll sort it out later. Just remember that you can't use it again. Okay. Does that end your turn?
Yes, that ends my turn.
Okay. Now it's the kobold's turn. Well, the two that are left. You see this one step over the body and this way to here. You see this one move up to here. And Osis, and you're the only one they can actually see. They are both going. Actually, no. This guy is. Actually, no. They're going to do this. They're going to both hit you with a dagger. So, what's your AC?
My AC 4.
14.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they both swing at you with. Actually, no, because they both get advantage. So I've got to roll for the second guy. Right, they both swing at you. One of them misses. However, the other guy hits. You take 3 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
What armor are you wearing?
Leather. Remember, he's got leather armor because I helped create the character.
Because
Okay.
if you don't drag and drop the armor, it won't calculate the AC automatically.
Oh no, I'd already sorted all that out. Okay, that's their turn. It now comes to Darium.
Okay. Darium's take a run from where he is to the kobold right in front of him. Just like, and he takes out his short sword behind him and just goes to stab him in the chest.
Make an attack. Roll damage. Yeah, there's another one gone. These are weak fuckers. Okay. I also
have another 10 feet of movement.
Yes, because you get 40 feet as you.
Yeah, I'm gonna move here and use my bonus action to punch this guy.
First of all, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no!
As you trigger a pit trap.
Oh my god! Oh.
Yeah, you make that shit easily.
Yeah, and
you don't get knocked prone. However, you have now fallen 10. How far is it? 10 feet down. But you're not prone.
Oh.
So you, if you were going to make an attack, you cannot because you have fallen.
Can't you just know that he won't move?
No, because the dex save is to make sure you don't take damage or get knocked prone.
Okay.
What's who's next?
So next, Kira.
Alrighty. Kira's going to kind of just circle around this side of the... Is this campfire over here lit?
Yes, it was.
Is it still?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I think then Kira's just going to go for a swing with the Gundao.
Go on then. Yeah, you swing at him, and he hears you walk up behind him, hears the swing, and ducks, missing him completely.
Then I'm going to use a key point to do... Actually, not a key point. I'm just going to make an unarmed strike.
Go on then.
Fuck me, Jesus.
He expecting you to, like, seeing the way you were the way you were positioned. He expects the second swing and manages to duck out of that as well.
Alrighty then.
Right,
is that
don't
it?
kill him. I need him alive.
That's it.
That's
Gray.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to move a bit here. I'm gonna shoot at this guy.
Go on, make an attack.
18 for 9.
Yeah, you wipe out this last guy. Hearing Zaratha say, "Don't kill him, I need to," it's sort of too late. By the time he says that, you've already shot.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
You've
What
got to
did you
keep
say?
your ears open. You said...
What did you say?
I said, don't kill him. I need him alive.
Do you want to... I may allow you... You know what? If you don't want to do it because he asked you not to, I will say that never happened.
Well,
Yes. Sure, why not? I mean, like, when he says that, I just change my direction and goes a bit wide.
Last
Or
second.
just-
Okay, so... okay, then. Do me a favour. Make me a dexterity check to see if you can change your aim in time. Yeah, just about.
Oh,
You realise at the last second, as you're releasing, you manage to just... Because this is a bow, isn't it? Knock it just above, skimming this kobold's head. Bringing it to the Rathus's turn.
Okay. Right. Let's kill him.
It is now your turn, so... I know what you're going to do. Roll your attack.
He said,
It's up to you. In order for your other ability to work that we agreed on, you have to get the killing blow, remember?
Yeah.
It's a little hint for... So,
I
are you
mean-
going to swing at him?
yeah, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast him.
No, it's Zarathus's turn.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So,
So,
remember
Lee.
right, it was that.
please don't fail me now. Ugh.
if you fail, I mean, I wasted a shot. Don't fail.
Yeah. Okay, let's hope this works though.
It's a normal attack because you're right in front of them.
So. Oh, yes.
And roll damage. Remember, you just press the name of the Reaper's Blade in the chat.
You should just press the Reaper's Blade inside the chat. And the other person should press, not the. I mean,
Yeah.
Grim should.
Sorry.
I'll press it because I can override and do it anyway. Okay. You managed to kill it off. However, the necrotic damage does not seem to take place. However, you got the killing blow. He is now dead. That's how weak they were.
Is it? Yeah, I can't hear him.
Grim, you still there? You've gone silent. Sort your shit out.
Sorry, what happened?
No, I'm talking to Grim.
Oh.
Give me a second to message him.
Great job, guys, by the way.
So, right.
Can I loot the bodies?
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I will help her. So I'll help her so she can get advantage on the.
With advantage.
All right. I might have a thing might be coming up for me.
Well, we can end the session when if you want. You managed to find 5 daggers and a couple of slings, and that's about it.
I'll take the daggers.
Okay, they're just ordinary daggers, so you just mark in 5 daggers. So you said you're gonna have to. You maybe need to go in a minute.
Yeah, there's just a thing I gotta take care of.
Okay, and then if you want, we can just end here.
I mean, the boss battle is coming up. Can we like finish it before leaving, or is it?
Not really a boss per se, but it's something that's got more hit points.
But yeah, also yeah, and plus like a boss type fight can sometimes take like an entire session.
Well, this one won't. This one shouldn't.
Probably not.
It's not a big boss fight. This is designed for like literally low-level parties.
Yeah, level 1 party probably.
Yeah, this is designed for level 1 parties originally, actually.
Alrighty.
So, you attempting to start going forward then?
Yep.
Okay, well, first of all, the entire cavern is bathed in a bright blue light. Throughout the room, long strands of sticky rope hang from the ceiling. You see this as you approach. Actually, hang on. How do you...
Yeah,
you there,
shit.
this guy,
Yeah, no,
make me a dex
I gotta
save.
go.
What?
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta get going.
okay, which character are you? Just so I know.
Kira, you feel free to play Kira if you want. If you guys want to keep going, you don't have to stop on my account.
For now, we'll you sort of, because it's going to be that way. We'll just say that you sort of.
Okay, I'll keep guard on the front of the cave.
Okay, right.
So, very sorry, it won't be a regular thing.
Yeah, no
No,
problem.
it's fine. You take 1d6 worth of damage and are knocked prone.
I'm
So
going to go forward.
You take 6 damage. Rox, take 6 damage from the fall. And you are knocked prone. However, because attack's over, you can easily just get up. The 2 people that were in the pit, just make me strength checks. Not strength. Okay, and Rox, make me an athletics check. Okay, it takes you both a good sort of 10 minutes to get out of these holes, but you eventually do.
I'm there. I'm gonna stand there for 10 minutes laughing at
Same.
You're just spending, you're all just spending this time laughing at them. So I need that out ready. I need this again. So, are you starting to walk through?
Yeah.
them.
Okay,
Who are the
who's
melee
going
characters?
first?
The barbarian should go for.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I shall stay around the corner.
Yeah.
As you get here, I can now read out the. You see in the back of the room a kobold shaman just standing there at the back. He's wearing a skull as a hat and using a human femur bone as a staff, so a human leg bone as a staff.
Hello?
At the opposite end. Behind him is a huge pile of discarded bones and smelly refuse. He grabs a metal lever stick out the ground, pulls it back.
Hmm.
Are you, well, he will in a minute. So who's going first?
Can I shoot him from here?
You would have to move a little bit closer in order to, just so that,
I have a 150 range.
oh, do you? Then yeah. You sort
I'm
of
alone.
put yourself in half thing then. Go ahead, shoot him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wait to talk with him, so I'm just gonna. It's all right with you all guys.
Fine with me.
Yes.
Okay, and with that, just before the shaman can put his hand on the lever, he's a dead boy.
Sorry, you cut out for me.
He's dead.
Oh. Oh.
Should I? Sorry, I get that guy. because-
Yeah. You
Did
killed
you?
him.
Yeah, you killed him. Did I take it during the 10 minutes that it took him to pull up? You performed the thing.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
up it by 1 then.
Mhm.
You know what to do.
Yeah.
Everyone that would have been around him watching him do this, make me a perception check. Except for the 2 that were climbing out the holes.
Okay.
Oh,
Perception.
Okay.
Computer. You
Just
said
make me a
perception?
perception check, Salem. Yeah, perception check,
Perception.
please.
There you go.
Okay. Gray, you notice this. As he gets the killing blow, you see him crouch in front and start performing a ritual. As he completes this ritual, just as the others are getting ready to leave the pit, just as they're just getting to the top of it now, you notice something leave the body and enter his scythe.
Did he just take its soul?
You don't know. You didn't see it.
God damn it.
You don't know. You didn't see it.
Can I roll? Also,
You noticed him. Gray, you already know who was this that wants to ask.
because what's it called? Like, can I have a look at them if they've noticed what I've been doing?
No, because you were too busy doing what you were doing.
Okay then.
I'm going to nudge the barbarian and say, taking control of the dead body.
I'm gonna
gonna,
move
like-
forward into this room.
Okay. We'll continue with the initiative scores from last round just because it's easier. I just need to roll a new one instead. Just because I cannot thing.
Cool.
So we're keeping the initiative scores from the last round. We're going from the top again. I've rolled for this guy.
Mhm.
So you go here.
Oh.
So from the ceiling, you hear the scuttling of legs, and suddenly she drops on you, basically, and she drops down straight on. Once I've moved it to the token layer, right there. Well, one step further. And gets a surprise round against you.
There's a damn giant spider.
And gets a attack against you there, Salem, as you're right in front of her. So, give me a second to roll this attack, which is this. So, first does this. Does a 25 hit with a natural 20?
It does, in fact, hit.
However, because of your armor, critical hits don't count against you.
That is correct.
However, a 25 still hits.
Yes.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. There you go.
Okay. What did you roll? Yeah, you're fine. So you don't take poison damage. However, well, you do take some of the poison damage. However, you take, once I've rolled this, for 6 points of damage as this spider lands and literally lunges at you and bites you.
I guess my health is back at full, right?
Nope, health isn't back at full. You have not had a long rest to refill it all. You didn't even have time for a short rest because you decided to come
because
straight
of my weapon.
Nope, because it resisted.
Okay, alright. Sorry, that's what I wanted to ask.
Otherwise, you'd have only healed at one point anyway. But doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so top of the initiative. Great, your turn. You've just seen this spider jump down and bite at Salem.
I don't like giant spiders, so I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay, roll for an attack.
Does a 20 hit?
Yes, it does. And what's damage? You shoot this right in the face. It's still going. It's looking strong still.
Yeah, I'm going to hide behind the rocks.
Okay. Next is Zarathos. Remember, there's a pit trap. Yeah, Zarathos, whatever. Remember, there's a pit trap in front of you, but it's visible now. It's been revealed, so you'll have to walk around it.
Well, I can fly over it.
Oh shit! Yeah, you got your winged boots.
Yeah.
So use your bonus action to click the heels together to allow you to fly. So you're going to fly straight forward.
Yeah.
Okay. You get 40 feet movement while flying, so go straight there. I'll. There you go. Go on. Quick note: if you kill this, you will not be able to do the ritual on this, just because it has to be a humanoid.
Oh.
However, if you do manage to deal enough damage to it, you will, and it doesn't resist. You will obviously get the other benefit from the scythe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Just 1 second.
Go on then.
Roll, please. Don't fail me. I don't think that hits.
Yeah, it just about misses. Sorry. Sorry, I was trying to think of something cool. Say, you swing, you miss. That's it. That's your movement, your action, your bonus action. Rocks.
I'm gonna move back.
Okay.
And then use Eldritch Blast.
Okay, roll for an attack. Again, you just shoot slightly over it. Because you moved back, you thought it was bigger than it actually is, and you sort of shoot a bit high.
That's my
Is that your turn? Okay, Urkel.
Okay, so seeing that spider, I'm not going near that thing. I'm also going to move back, and I'm going to shoot it with my crossbow.
Ed?
That hits, I assume.
Yeah, roll damage. Ooh, big hit. Okay. You shoot this, and it's looking very, very weak now. It's sort of stumbling side to side as it tries to stay up. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
It's now the Spooder's turn, as I've written it on my sheet. I've literally written Spooder. It's going to take a... No, see the guy with the giant scythe and fucking bite you.
It's kind of hard to miss me.
Yeah,
It's 2 feet tall.
an 18. Yeah, that hits. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Don't fail me. Oh yeah, no, that ain't happening.
Okay. You take a total of 13 damage and are poisoned.
That's rough, buddy.
As the spider clamps its jaws around you, you feel the poison starting to set, sort of making you go a bit weary and a bit dizzy on it.
Mhm.
It would have been more if I wasn't rolling them.
Oh.
If I decided to take the damage it should have done, you would have taken a bit more damage and probably, yeah, that would have wiped you out. The damage that you should have took would have wiped you out, just about. So, okay, it's that's its turn. It's going to then can't actually do anything else, can it? Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, that's its turn. So now it's Salem, your turn. You've just seen this spider clamp its jaws around the arm of the tiefling elf thing next to you.
I'm going to
What
take
do you
my
do?
great axe and drive it right into its face.
Go on,
Aren't
roll
you
for an attack.
Are you raging?
I am not raging.
Okay.
I'm surprised.
Roll for damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I just want to see how much of an overkill this is. Yeah,
7.
you. It's now at -5.
Nice!
Die.
You just chop it into
Even
2
after
pieces.
it's dead, I'm just gonna pull it back and just keep going.
Yeah, you completely destroy this bastard.
Just really pissed
Everyone
off
that's-
that I got
right.
bitten.
You two that are in the room, make me perception checks.
Oh no.
No, nothing bad. Just make me perception checks.
Okay.
I mean, the spider should be a woman. I don't know whether this is a woman or not.
Yes, she is.
Okay.
Okay, you both look up and see 3 tiles in the ceiling.
I use
Okay.
my winged boots and I go straight for the one in the middle.
Okay,
I go on the right.
what are you? Okay, so what are you attempting to do? Are you attempting to pull it out, or are you what are you
Right.
attempting
Get
to
it
do?
first, maybe
Yeah,
see if
I
there's
fly up
something
to
like
see if-
keeping me from pulling it out.
All you notice is they're radiating a slight blue light, a magical blue light.
Okay.
Alright, then I grab it and I start pulling.
Make me a strength check.
Okay,
Gladly.
because I'm nearly dead. I'm just being wary of everything.
Okay, you put your hand. You sort of using your axe as well slightly. You easily dislodge this, grabbing it. I assume you'll bring it to the floor.
Yes, I
Yeah.
go back to the floor and I start looking it over.
We
You
should probably
don't
get away.
notice anything anything of thing. You just notice that it's got a faint blue glow to it.
Alright, I
We
pocket it.
We should
Okay,
probably get all 3 of them.
I
Right. Strength check. How are you going to
I'm
get up
going-
to it?
I have wing
The
boots.
guy that's. Oh, you
Same.
have as well. Okay. Both of you make me strength checks then. See if you can both get your tiles out.
Nope.
And I'm going to try and loot the cave with the shaman and this bones.
Okay. Make me an investigation check. Rox, you easily get your tile out. Grim, you go to pull it,
Yeah.
but you accidentally knock your feet back together,
Oh.
causing you to.
Can I grab him?
Make me a dexterity check then. See if you can.
Ooh.
As I see him falling, I'm just gonna go back up to the ceiling and try for the tile that he could
Okay.
not get.
You managed to get him, reducing the damage he would have took by half. You managed to sort of reduce his fall. You take 2 points of damage instead of what you would have had. So you take 2 more points of damage. And Salem, make me another strength check, see if you can get this other tile.
I rolled a 20 for
Yeah, you get it down. Okay, 20 for investigation. You find, let me grab the shaman's sheet. You find another dagger. You find a sling. You find about 6 gold pieces, just from the shaman. In the bone pile, you just see a variety of different bones and of all shapes and sizes. Nothing important, nothing of use in there.
Can I search the spider?
You can
How
search
many-
the spooder.
How many people are here? 1, 2,
Investigation.
5, 6, 7 people are here. I'm sorry, we can only share it with 6
Ooh.
people. We have 6 gold pieces.
Can,
I just rolled a d10 and it came up with 6, so it's not my fault. 12.
It's okay, you guys
Don't
take
see
it.
anything
People-
of use. You can attempt, if you've got a vial, to extract some of the poison.
I don't think I do.
Then it's kind of, you just know that this thing's got poison. This thing has 8 legs. This thing has
Can I try to
nothing
rip
useful.
out one of its teeth?
mm,
Yes, you can. Make me a strength check. No, make me a nature check. It would be. See if you can rip this out without destroying it completely.
Or would it be? I don't know. What would be survival? What?
Okay. I'm trying to think of what it would actually be. Oh, you rolled 9, so
Yeah.
let's see.
Do I see
Okay.
her like messing
With
around
either
with
one
the
of
spider?
with either one, it would be the same. You managed to just about. It's the tooth's a bit broken now. You think it may have been shattered when it bit Zaracus. You've got a tooth. You don't know whether it's got anything useful within the tooth. I take it you pocket it.
Yeah, I just wanted
okay,
to.
Okay, just put in that you've got a spider tooth.
mm,
Okay. Guys,
You've got a giant spider tooth.
I got 6 gold, a dagger, and a sling. I'll take the dagger. You guys, share the gold and the sling.
or kill.
I'll take the gold.
1
I'll
gold
take
per
the-
person.
Yeah.
Or kill.
Yeah, I'll take the dagger instead of the gold. So 6 people.
And
Because he's
cure
not-
wounds on our barbarian and on Zarakos.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I wanted to ask.
This is I'm going to cast it twice and once 8.
Okay. So
Zarakos.
Zaracus, you heal up 8 hit points, so that puts you on 13.
So and next for Sammy, 6.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
puts you back up to full.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, and with that, we are going to end the session there, as we had, obviously, Kira had to go.
Mm.
Do
Thank you
put
to all
one
those watching on the
yeah.
YouTubes, and I will see you next time.